of things going on in sports. The Blue Jays got a pitcher that looks like that's going to be their brand, their banner. Price is worth the price. What do you think, Eric? Is he the real deal?
Well, there's no doubt David Price is the real deal. David Price is probably a rental. I mean, I know all Blue Jay fans certainly hope that in the off.
Why would you say rental? Why would the Blue Jays let him go?
Well, it's not. He's a free agent after this year, and he's going to command about between $20 and $25 million a year, probably term 7 years. He'll get a contract similar to what Max Scherzer got in Washington, which was about 7 years, $214 million. And most teams, including the Blue Jays, don't like to give pitchers that kind of a deal because what happens is in year 3 or 4 of that deal, the skills start to diminish and they're no longer worth what you're paying them. But for the time being...
So if you're talking like that, and I'm not trying to be facetious, why would he ask for that? And I understand what you're saying. The arm will start to deteriorate, but what does that mean?
It means that he'll ask for that because him and his...
Yeah, but he'll ask for it, but what does it mean? Other people will,
Other people will give him that because, every team has a philosophy, Frank. So the Blue Jays' philosophy is never to give a pitcher term more than 5 years. They don't do it. They didn't do it with Roy Halladay.
So he's asking for it.
Because some teams will do it. The Dodgers will do it. The Cubs will do it. The Nationals will do it. So he'll ask, and he'll get it from someone, but unless the Blue Jays change their philosophy, David Price will be gone after this year. That being said, I think Alex Anthopoulos knew that. He got him for this year. They're all in. They're going for it this year. This year, the Blue Jays right now are 4.5 games behind the Yankees for first place. They have 13 games head-to-head. They have a great chance to catch them and win the division. And even if they don't catch the Yankees and win the division, they probably will be in the one-game playoff, which they currently hold right now. And last year, the two teams that played in the World Series, San Francisco and Kansas City, both had to play the one-game playoff. Both won the one-game playoff and then went on to go to the World Series. So it's certainly doable. The Blue Jays are all in. The moves they made, tells you that they believe they can win now, and certainly their roster tells you they can win now. David Price is probably one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball, so to get him it's an amazing coup for Alex and for this team. They did give up a lot, obviously, having to give up Daniel Norris, one of the top 30 prospects in all of baseball when it comes to pitching, and he pitched very well in his first start with the Tigers, but you're not going to get David Price without giving up something. They're all in, they went for it, and I think myself and Blue Jay fans are very happy that they did so.
And you know what?
I think the Blue Jays are capable of paying this guy. I think they got deep pockets. They're owned by Rogers. Very successful.
Bill, you're an agent. I mean, you know that what David Price is going to ask for, someone will pay. Do you think the Blue Jays will pay it?
Well, first of all, 7 years at $214 is $30.
Right. That's what Scherzer got. Yeah.
A lot of money. But I'm with Frank. If Rogers are going to stand by and let somebody outbid them, I don't.
They look like assholes with their fans.
Yeah. They're going. What's impressed me has been not only the presence of Price as a pitcher, but as a person. I don't know if you've heard the cuts from down there. This guy is very bright, went to Vanderbilt, and played extraordinarily well. But he says things that are meaningful, and he says them with his heart. He's going to have a tough time leaving Toronto. If they make...
Let me tell you something, Billy.
The World Series.
If you're the ownership of the Toronto Blue Jays, a guy like this, the amount of jerseys that are going to be sold, the amount of more season tickets, the revenue, it's going to be big. So I think that the bean counters in the Rogers group that bought the Blue Jays, they've been for the last 4 years. I've been following them very closely. I've spent outrageous amounts of money to put a great team on the field. And I believe unequivocally that there's no way they're going to let any other team in Major League Baseball outbid for Price.
No, it'll be Price's decision to leave that will indicate it. If it's money, then shame on Rogers. And based on what Price has said up until this point, he's only been here a week, but he's overwhelmed by the fans, and he's overwhelmed by the reception that he's gotten.
I think it's pure genius on Rogers' part to bring him here.
Play in the United States.
Pure genius. unbelievable. And I think it's going to be phenomenal for the fans to see a guy of his caliber here in Toronto, and for them to try to make a bid for the playoffs and the pennant.
Well, what's incredible about David Price, to go with what you said, Bill, he said that his start, it was a sellout start Monday against the Twins, was the best atmosphere he's seen. Let's remember, David Price pitched in the World Series in his rookie year in Tampa Bay, pitched against Philadelphia in the World Series, beat the Red Sox in Game 7 of the ALCS, and he called the Rogers Center atmosphere the best he had ever seen. He's been in the biggest stage of them all. Shows you what the Jays fans are like right now. They have bought into everything the Jays have done.
But you even have to admit, going to see a Jays game is unbelievable.
Right now it is. Right now it's...
I've always, even when the Jays were struggling, the Rogers Center, at Sky Dome, is always, it's a very cool, it was well thought out. It's strategic. The subway's right there. You don't have to go there and park your car.
Yeah.
It's just very, very strategic. It's near Union Station. It's near the convention center. It's near hotels. There's a million restaurants around there.
I've been a season ticket holder for 20 years. I enjoy my experience there. I'll be there.
I love it. The beer is cold and the hot dogs are great. It's a cool place and it's great value. You can 5 people could go down there, have decent seats, have a great time, and get away with spending a couple $100. A couple $100 for a Leaf game, they'll show you a picture of a ticket.
No, you're right, Frank. And like I said, I've been a 20-game flex pack season ticket holder for 20 years. I'll be there tonight. I love the atmosphere down there, and right now it's electric. And one more comment about Price, about the kind of human being he is, to what Billy said. There was a fan that when they acquired David Price had a T-shirt, put Price on the back of it with tape, and
he wrote it, and Price got him a jersey.
And that's right. And Price went on Twitter and said, if anyone knows where I can track down this fan, let me know. They tracked down his parents, and David Price got the kid his own David Price jersey. Tells you the kind of character he is, to go on Twitter and to find a kid just to get him a jersey of his. That speaks very highly for the kind of human being David Price is.
I was talking to Beeston this morning. We were talking about the enthusiasm for Price's first game, and Paul said, Willie, he said it was better than when we had the 92-93 success.
Wow.
I said, you know why, Paul? Early on, after the Sky Dome was built, there were 40,000 season ticket holders. And you know what a season ticket holder does? He sits on his hands.
That's a good point.
They've got in the building now are enthusiastic young fans. They got the Young Jays Club. They got cheerleaders. They got a cleanup crew. They've got a mail-out package to the junior Jays. I mean, this
100%.
They've marketed the ball club as well as you could.
It's amazing.
Let me tell you guys something. I've been in a lot of boxes and rinks and in different stadiums across the world. I don't think there's anything finer than some of the VIP boxes that are at the Rogers Center. I mean, they are just spectacular.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Frank. They're almost like your living room. I have
and the food's great, and I'm telling you, Rogers is doing it well. I think Price is going to be here for a long time. I'm willing to bet a dinner to Mr. Cohen that
I owe you one, Frank.
We'll definitely not let this guy go.